Hey, CJ. Oh, we're in for a long one today, people. So, last time we helped bring it in to the virtues. We faced the last of them. And then we faced the last of the... Oh! Then we faced with the maid of the bar, who someone revealed that she was a member of the Warriors, trying to get them to kill her so that everything they did here would save her world, and it did not work. Instead, they went off and killed the Ascian that she was working with, and turns out that's what the Ascian wanted the whole time, is that's what's called the Flood. Then we resumed the plot, where we went back to the other Scions. But no. First, we went across the source for a bit. Then we went to the other Scions. To which we found a Numal who is quite proficient with soulcraft. And we're using her to help figure out a way to getting everybody back home. During which Alcé learned how to make her own familiar. And is starting to cure the people suffering from light sickness. And then the realization that this same application might be able to help people who have been tempered. Fascinated by this, we went back to the source. Met Estenian again, who we saw the last acts of... We saw the death of the Emperor again by Xenos, and then played as Estenian as he made his escape. And also found out that they're making new Ultimas, which ain't the best. Then we returned back here and found that they have made what they were going to do for teleporting people back in time would not work. Not the back in time, back home. So they started searching for another means. During which time... Brain's drawing a blank. There was a senior attack outside. We helped deal with it. There was an incident with the Sammer Fritter and Mail. Fillet and Mail. And that's where we are! Because I got very exhausted last stream. And that's barely a recap. There was a lot. But we did effectively do like 3 story arcs, so you know. Where the hell do they want me to go anyway? Oh, talk with people about the Crystarium. Okie dokie. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Well, so what do I owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you to be brief. When the night returned, the visitors have flocked to the Castellarium, and I find myself far too busy by my half. I don't mind it though. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. The Warriors of Light? Yes, the X-Arc mentioned them before, but everyone knows them to be cardinal virtues. Are you suggesting there's more to them than that? Well, you get the steers wrong, so I wanted to hear what you have to say. That's right. We're also helping amend the previous warrior's reputation. How are you doing, CJ? Did you have a good Christmas? Come to browse wares and market, have you? Well, I can guarantee you have no trouble finding what you need, whether it may be. Under Yomo's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Well, it is the fellow from Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? No wonder this is booming the way it is. That's right! We also helped establish the mayor of Yomo! Oh god, I completely forgot about the Kai story arc in that. Whoops! We've come to talk about the market. Something on your mind? Let's see. The XIV did mention they had something to do with your returning to Night of Warfront. Alright, consider my interest piqued. Hey! Amazon cards are good, means you can set up where you want yourself. Go to find a see baseball team play a role game. Ugh. Well, hopefully you survive Detroit, because it sounds like you're gonna have a good time. Bombs from the sky crashing through wood. Darth! Oh, we need to fix that. Hey, Darth. You know, baseball's one of those things. You Skylight. Baseball's one of those things that I only know about because of movies. Like, we have a game called Rounders here, but which is kind of the same, but not for some reason. Yeah. And the end is members. Hey, Ori. I hope Ori and Darth, you both had good Christmases. As I just wished CJ so. Melina! My, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope you bring here doesn't matter, it means someone else been hurt. Thanks to you, I have far fewer patients coming through my door of late. It's a shame. Come to think of it, I've had a few opportunities to test my new medicines. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. The truth about the Warriors of Light? The XIV has already spoken to me about them. But there's more to the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. Well, that's unfortunate, Darth. Here's another class. Do the 4-hour drive to Detroit. Watch the game at 6:30. Stay the night in the hotel, which is the second. Sounds like a round the plan, honestly. But I do believe Detroit has a reputation of being not the best place to go. But hey, 2 games? Well, what a coincidence! I was just reaching over a letter I received from Greta not long ago. It says a visitor from the Xterium found him in the bottom of the ocean and that she inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats. But I'd say the letter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the 2 of you together in such a place. I'm sorry, Mini XR didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light. But whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. There's one. Yeah, that sounds like a good 2 days, honestly. Alright, now up the stairs. No, this can't be. Sure, there's at least one book that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. Oh, Verlina! Forgive me. The Academy of Curiosity have been bustling with visitors of late. I fear our repository lacks for the knowledge they seek. People wish to know the truth of the flood, of the Warriors of Light. They have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than the Sin Eaters. Abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof. And I dare call myself a librarian. You interested people will tell the truth of the Warriors of Light? Of the Flood? How wonderful! You regaled me with the tale once before. I should love to hear it again. Oh, you may be assured I will not come alone. There you are. Between the 4 of us, I dare say we swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need but wait for the people to gather.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Make it white? The Warriors of Light did all that?
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air. Impossible.
I think I'm not seeing this then.
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
What in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the Warrior of Darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time, though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium! I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a Warrior of Light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now, the Warrior of Darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when she must return to her home. But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new Warriors of Light!
What? Us? Warriors of Light?
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired under the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the Virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus. That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen? Why, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Ninfilia and the Warrior of Light. On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while La Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Not other odd ones, it's a thick. Heads up, Dorothy. You want to type like Orianji, you need to be a little more Shakespearean. So instead of so who shall tell him that Relina went home and then came back again? Be more along the lines of, so to whom shall tell the tale to all these people? Hark, that Relina has already travelled home, and hath returned. Something more like that's more Orianji. You did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the warriors of light and their actions prior to the flood. Though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather, when appropriate to his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an impostor, of that there is no doubt. But to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the warriors of light were laid to rest in Yulmore, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight. Prayed that these fallen heroes be born again from their sacrifices. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become warriors of light themselves. Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain the truth. Let us pray that Master Alphinaud return us soon with that most essential knowledge. For now, I think it best to apprise Thancred and Nerine of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt need of their strength. Agreed. I think it's prudent we all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Beckluck and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel that might one day carry you home. I think it's time I return to the Great Wood. Until now, everything we've learned from the Asians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Emmett Silk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Fano that heritory and unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within the Quitan Ravel. Elmet believes the relics within all tell of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization. They're the Asians, perhaps. They may lead us to the truths we seek. I wouldn't dream of going without you. When you're ready, make for Fano. Our men and sisters will be expecting us. Then let us be about our tasks. Pray give my regards to the V's. You think the translation get 10%? The thing is, right? I'm pretty sure in the Japanese version he's just formal. They do this to themselves with the Orianji. Look, sometimes Orianji needs to okay, baby, say things quickly. For Orianji, there is no kayfabe. He's always shown. Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since you last came. With the life more than dead and as many as dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Raktika Falls. It was there we discovered more ruins. Although we have foul of no traps while exploring its stalls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We all were in agreement. Before our investigation could proceed, you should be summoned. We are grateful for what you did, but for what you have told me, we strongly suspect that the wisdom of my comrades and I can can be found within. This wisdom can prove invaluable, for we soon face a foe whose greatest ass is our ignorance. I see. It is good that you have come, for Ronka was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. It is our duty to ensure that you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now, surely a threat sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those who have we faced thus far. This is not gain, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. Oh, And who was pining for returning of our allies that we might venture to the ruins, clutching our staff at night, wishing it well? You promised not to tell! Then I suggest we be going. Get back here! Remind me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? When saying a thought perhaps is better for the bear I do not know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. And then save me three have be privileged to escort you and yours to the ruins and bear witness to the secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that is not easily sated. Please, you needn't apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm. And it's not for your sedalious efforts to protect the ruins. We would not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe we kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us take for the quid to Revel. Oh man, we're actually here at night for once! No lahi for us. It is almost strange for these halls to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal of the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast. Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed. Why you... Ugh.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead. As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism. Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't! What? But I only... What is happening? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives! Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
Well, everyone, that's the end of episode 14. You trespass mortals upon sacred ground, and retribution for souls have I bound. Yet to heroes proven, learned, and wise, our comrades' show shall be their prize. If you would see they're set free, answer me these riddles 3. Deft of paw, with kin do I vile, though sought apart battlement of hull to our efforts to cry. What am I? Monkey! Indeed, the Opu Opu is keen and shrewd, the spirit of ingenuity by guidance of Ronkas. Did prosperity pursue, the riddle's answer you did discern, and thus too a soul returns. With fearsome fang I travel with pack, together we find harmony, and thus for peace, and our land does not lack. What am I? I mean, there's only one pack animal here. You touch nothing! You've caused enough by touching an owl! Indeed, 'twas the spirit of the wolf their doctrines praise, that would know the peace and harm. To end of you did the scorn, and thus to you a soul returns. On my belly do I crawl, by my strength does prosperity reign. In our hall, what am I? No! Indeed, the dread serpent turns protector, lured to slumber ere it would turn the world asunder. The riddle you answer, son, and thus to you the soul return. Desire you that which I yet claim, then we shall play another game. A test of mind and memory. Choose wisely, and you all may yet go free. Twixt these talismans hides a friend and foe. Choose your companions well, or sorry no. Is this hell? This is a card game, fellow orc. Sell an option at least. Here, maybe? Hey! Oh no! Oh, I found it.
No mercy.
Hey, Stola. Well done. Your comrades are assembled, together at last. There still remains one trial you must pass. If you would glean the knowledge enshrined in this earth, I will first take the measure of your worth. One worthier she who rogues like souls must be strong in mind, body, and soul. Guys! Thank you! Yes, I believe this is the one I keep doing the bap 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 bap. Ow. Bam 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 bam. Hero, the trial's complete. The weapon is for you. It's over for you. I can see it. Defeat. Car caves on airships! And ancient ruins! But yes, there is car games on airships because a certain FF8 minigame is in this game.
Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber. A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna? A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation. So potent was her spellcraft, though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
Naught less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot? The final days. If, as the XIV's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar. I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence. Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarant.
Also, agreed, Ori. I'm glad that she said that.
Remember us.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
By your offensive expressions, I take it that Toon was giving you much to think about. That as well. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding, and us Almir for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I will speak again of our teachings of our forebears, of histories learned, not lived. The legends of Tuna and their exploits have been told centuries times over and centuries. It is handed from one generation to the next. The story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we are not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone. And though it too will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve your story. I hope you'll forgive me if I don't take an oath of my own. I don't think it goes without saying we can never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought, so long as we are here, there are none among the V's who will not know of all you have done for Novrand. We are not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful for the same. You can be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Raktika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray you safe travels then. As ever, we shall await your return with open arms. Although we learn not of the Asians, the insight we gained to the Echo might be made our trip worthwhile. Before we return to the Castellarium, however, there is a small matter I would attend in Soderbar. Might it trouble you to come with me? Thank you. After we arrive, we shall have a brief word with Runar. Woo! Getting some lore drops today. Oh yeah, I made the right call. We've been streaming an hour at this point. Which would meant have been about half one-ish when I would get to this point. And I was already feeling quite as tired. Indeed, Darth Lahi. Melina, it is good to see you. You have arrived at the most opportune time. I was preparing a pot of my famous stew. Come, I'll ready your place for you. I am sorry, Renard, but we haven't the... Please, I insist. It will take only a minute. My apologies, Rowena. It seems our return to the Crusader will be delayed. Perhaps only for a bit, if you assist me with my work. I say work, but it's a rather more chore. I must clean my chambers here in Silverbar from top to bottom. If you should be so kind as to go fetch a broom from Ace Askia, I may finish before Runda is done cooking. A broom! Or Master Matoya! I can't imagine why she would need such a thing, but here you are. It is old, but sturdy, and sure to suffice. I trust Igor was able to get a broom for us. Well worn, good. This would prove difficult otherwise. Though I must say, I think I did rather well for not having a broom thus far. Yes, well, you weren't buried beneath a veritable avalanche of books when you went out, were you? Right. Anyway, it's time I first cleaned with the help of that broom. I didn't honestly think I'd do it the old-fashioned way. The broom is more capable of sweeping itself. Or rather, it will be. Time to rise and swish and sweep. A tidy chamber you must keep. To this task you shall be bound, until no dust is to be found. In this particular respect, I have no objection to the following Master Matoya's footsteps. In future, I may need to remind you pursuit my knowledge does not preclude other equally important duties, such as maintaining clean quarters for said pursuit. Deeply miss this place, these people. Master Matoya, pardon the interruption, but the stew is ready. Is something troubling you? You've been rather quiet. No, everything is fine. I assure you. It has been a long day at all. I see. You're still... Thank goodness you're still here. Half an hour? I thought you were following the art bit. I was, though I'm sad to say I lost track of him shortly after entering these woods. He seems determined to reverse every ilm of Norbrand in his quest to spread the truth to the Warriors of Light and the Flood. And it seems news of your addressed exterior precedes him at every destination, making his task all the more simple. It remains to be seen what he encourages to become Warriors of Light themselves. But there's no denying that his words have struck a chord with many. Well, we all agree that this is just another honestly employee, yes? The comedy corpses before went to no end. No good end. I see no reason to think this time it was any different, especially when it's all that fallen Warrior of Light stuff. I thought we'd learn more if we remained a step behind. This next destination is in all likelihood Silverclaw. And I see. Are you certain you should be here? If you're concerned about Howard and the others, you needn't be. Their treatment is going well, but the progress is slow and exhausting. For all of us. The best thing I can do now is let them rest. So I believe we were about to discuss how to arrange a meeting with our would-be Warrior of Light? Before visiting any towns or villages, Arbor would hunt down and slay a nearby city to earn the locals' trust. Our best chance of getting ahead of him is to find one before he does. Thankfully, Tancred and Reen are returned from the empty and have taken up the search. Reen believeth one may lurk beneath the boughs of woven oath. And then it was where we will search. Start our search. Master Montoya! A warm bowl of stew will be awaiting your return. I look forward to it.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our Issa friend here, I can only apologize.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the empty?
We were, and are. but we can hardly ignore the rest of the world. So we thought we might see how things were coming along. From what we can gather, the answer is strangely.
Right now, we think we can do more good here.
It is heartening to have all present.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
Our quarry has come.
It seems I've lost this particular race. Although I suppose it's only fair. When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it? But where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks. Poor fellow. He will be sorely missed.
Indeed, Captain. That's because today is the last day of the year I can stream. And I know at the exact point I want to be the last thing on stream. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to really judge how long it would take to get to it, especially with how that will require a roulette along the way. Not roulette. Duty finder. I thought you were supposed to be good at this.
Very well. Let us forego this pretense. After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive. Yes, it is I, Elizabeth. Through your time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare say you have gained a better understanding of my role since last we met. Not that it matters.
We understand your role, emissary, but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian, no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
Once, I would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do. Yet though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emet-Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
Emet-Selk. How very unlike you to err so gravely. That one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable. But I had thought you above